Put on the sword of the Spirit, the helmet of salvation, the belt of truth and the shield of faith, the breastplate of righteousness and the shoes of the gospel, shoes of the gospel, shoes of the gospel of peace. Put on the sword of the Spirit, yeah. The helmet of salvation, yeah. The belt of truth and the shield of faith, yeah. The breastplate of righteousness and the shoes of the gospel, shoes of the gospel, shoes of the gospel of peace, yeah.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you've all had a really good week. You know, over the last couple of weeks, we've been seeing how Daniel sets an example for us to be Christ's ambassador, as he was used by God to serve in Babylon. We learned that Daniel was the one who interpreted Nebuchadnezzar's dream and also the writing on the wall. But in today's story, Daniel is the one who's receiving a vision from God. Let's see what the dream was all about. Good morning. I am here in Babylon to interview a man about his dreams. I understand from the locals this man has interpreted dreams of kings, decided what the writing on the wall meant, and survived a night with the lions. Can you believe that? This man is known as Daniel. And here he is. Good morning, Daniel.
Good morning.
Can you tell me about your dreams that you had?
Oh, yes, I'm sure I can. When I woke up, I wrote them all down so I could tell you and remember. Look. My vision came at night time. In the vision, the wind was blowing all from 4 directions. Strange, wouldn't you say? The winds made the sea very rough, and I saw 4 huge animals come up from the sea. Each animal was different from the others. The first animal looked like a lion, but it had wings like an eagle. I watched this animal until its wings were torn off. It was lifted from the ground by the wind so that it stood up on 2 feet like a man, and it was even given the mind of a man.
You saw 4 huge animals, and the first looked like a lion. What did the others look like?
Well, the second animal I saw looked like a bear. It was raised up on one of its sides, and it had 3 ribs in its mouth between its teeth. It was told, "Get up and eat all the meat you want." After that, when I looked again, there was another animal. This one looked like a leopard. And then the leopard had 4 wings on its back, and the wings looked like birds' wings. The animal also had 4 heads, and it was given power to rule.
My goodness, this is all very exciting. But did you not say you saw 4 beasts?
Oh yes, I did. I'm just coming to that. Don't be impatient. My vision continued, and I was looking around again. Suddenly in front of me was a 4th animal. It looked very cruel and terrible and very strong. It had iron teeth. It crushed everything and ate what it killed. Then it walked all over whatever was left. This 4th animal was different from all the animals I'd seen before, and it had 10 horns. While I was thinking about the horns, another horn grew up amongst them. It was a little horn. It had eyes like a person's eyes, and it also had a mouth, and the mouth was bragging. The little horn pulled out 3 of the other horns.
Wow, that's amazing!
Yes, and as I continued looking, thrones were put in their places, and God, the Eternal One, sat on his throne. His clothes were white like snow, and the hair on his head was white like wool. His throne was made from fire, and the wheels of his throne were blazing with fire. A river flowed in front of him, and many thousands of angels were serving him. Millions, and I mean millions of angels stood before him. The court was ready to begin, and some books were opened. I kept on looking because the little horn was still bragging. I kept watching until finally the fourth animal was killed. Its body was destroyed and thrown into the burning fire. In my vision that night I looked again, and there in front of me was somebody who looked like a human being, just like you and I. He was coming with clouds in the sky. He came nearer God who had been alive forever, and he was led to God. The one who looked like a human being was given the power to rule. He was also given glory and royal power. All peoples, nations and men who spoke every language will serve him. His rule will last forever, and his kingdom will never be destroyed.
Were you not worried about all this, Daniel?
I was very worried. I came near one of those people standing there and I asked him what all this meant. So he told me. He explained to me what these things meant. He said the four great animals are four kingdoms. Those four kingdoms will come from the earth, but the people who belong to the highest God will receive the power to rule. And they will have the power to rule forever. They will have it from now on.
How interesting. Well, what about the fourth beast? What did that mean?
Well, that's what I asked. And he said the fourth animal is a fourth kingdom that will come on earth. It will be different from all other kingdoms. It will destroy people all over the world. It will walk on and crush the whole earth. The 10 horns are 10 kings who will come from this fourth kingdom. And after those 10 kings are gone, another king will come. He will be different from those who ruled before him. He will defeat three of the other kings. This king will say things against the highest God, and he will hurt and kill God's people. He will try to change times and laws that have already been set. The people that belong to God will be in that king's power for 3.5 years. Finally, he said, but this court will decide what should happen, and the power of the king will be taken away. His kingdom will be destroyed, and then the people who belong to the highest God will have the power to rule. They will rule over the kingdoms under heaven with power and greatness. Their power to rule will last forever, and people from all other kingdoms will serve and respect them.
Was that the end of your dream? You must have been very frightened. Your face is even gone white now.
Yes, that was the end of the dream, and I really was very, very afraid.
Well, I don't really know what to say. What exciting, scary times are ahead. But I know that God is the most powerful, and if we believe in him, I know we'll be safe. Thank you, Daniel, for your time. I'm sure you'll need such a rest. You'll need a rest after such a dream.
Thank you.
Well, that was a difficult story to understand, wasn't it? Let me just put it simply. It's about 4 kingdoms or countries that will be destroyed over centuries and then to be replaced by a 5th kingdom, the most powerful kingdom. And this kingdom will be God's kingdom. We see all sorts of rulers and authorities in the world, but the Bible is clear. God is ruling over us all. The kingdom of earth will just last a short time, and the kingdom of Jesus or God will come and last forever. Everyone who trusts in Jesus will be welcomed into his kingdom. God is the eternal King who judges the nation. Let's pray. Father, you are the King over all kings. We never have to fear because you are in control of everything, even the leaders of the nation. Thank you for your promise of your return and your never-ending reign. You are worthy of all worship. Amen.
Morning, Mary.
Good morning, Glyn. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. It's craft time again, isn't it?
It is craft time again.
And today,
we are making a beast.
A beast.
So we're here later on about Daniel's dream where he saw 4 beasts.
Okay.
So I'm going to do one like the first one, which was
just
like
one beast.
I'm only going to make 1 beast.
You're only going to make 1 beast, but everybody else at home could make 4. That would be brilliant fun. Okay, so
I'm going to make the one that was like a lion with eagle wings.
Oh, a lion with wings.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to start off with a biscuit, just a plain biscuit, and I coloured my icing bright yellow.
Okay. And what are you going to do with that?
I'm going to put it on my biscuit here.
This sounds very messy.
Yeah. Yeah, make sure you make it sure it's thick enough so it doesn't drip off like the one I did yesterday. It dripped all over my keyboard.
How much yellow food colouring have you put in there?
It wasn't a lot.
Okay. Does it have to be yellow?
No, it doesn't. It can
Why is it yellow?
Well, a lion's yellow, isn't it?
Got you. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Then I've got some eyes here, but you can use anything. You don't have to use edible eyes. You could use Smarties.
Excellent.
You could use
licorice, all sorts.
All sorts, yeah. But,
yeah. That would be good fun.
And
you're just going to pop those on. Should I we're going close. There we go. Some eyes on the lion.
And then I've got some brown chocolate flavoured icing, and I'm going to make the mane out of it. If I can get, having a bit of a technical problem here.
The chocolate has dried up, hasn't it? Ooh. Okay, we're getting there.
We're getting there. It's very messy today.
Make sure you're doing it on a tray at home.
Not on the kitchen.
Not on the carpet.
No.
No work on the carpet this week with the beast. Okay, here comes the mane. Yep, that's looking good.
No, you don't have to. You can make some brown ordinary icing and just put it around.
So
or you could use licorice.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like that idea because I like licorice. But if you were doing icing, how do you make that icing? Do you just mix it with water?
Yeah. I think this might be a bit like a butter icing.
It looks like a sunshine, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A bit like the sun that's out today.
Yeah. Shall I put a lion's mouth on it for you in a minute?
You can, yes.
Okay, what should I use? That black one?
Yeah, use the black one.
Oh, brilliant.
Have I got to hold something then?
No, I can do it with one hand. Are we ready?
Yep, go on then.
Okay, see if I can do it. It's not working, Mary. Oh, here we go. That.
Has a better nose than I did yesterday.
Yes. He's got a very nice smiley face. That's all right.
It should be scary though, shouldn't it? And then I'm going to put a second bit down here.
Okay.
And second biscuit in half a biscuit.
Right.
I'm sure
half biscuit covered in icing.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's now the.
It's going to be the mouth.
Okay.
Sort of bottom bit, because you have to put scary teeth on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, what went wrong there?
Well, it's a bit like... It's not...
It's working. Is that to join them?
Yes.
Right.
I'm sure that they can come up with...
It's like chocolate glue.
It is. And a taste of chocolate too. And then, I'm going to make some fangs.
Where do you get those from?
Well, I got these in Sainsbury's, but I'm sure other supermarkets, very well-known supermarkets, will...
Right. So you're just chopping those up?
Well, they are actually like a fang, but I thought they were too big to go on the lion.
Yeah. I think the best place for that one, one particular...
Now that you've handled it...
Is... Yeah, now that I've handled it, I have to eat it.
I agree. So...
Very good. Quite tangy. It's quite a tangy fang.
It is quite tangy. I found that out yesterday when I was trying them out. And then I've got these wafers that look a bit like wings, and I'm going to put them there.
I'm not going to say anything because I've got my mouth full.
That's good. And I think that's nearly there. Just a little bit more hair there. And there.
Hair bear, did you say?
Hair.
A hair bear.
A hair bear. There you go. And there's your beast of a lion.
A flying lion beast.
Yes.
What could be better than that? I think that's a brilliant job, Mary.
You could have a bit more down there, couldn't you, as well?
Well, you could. Go on then. It looks a bit like a bee.
It does, but if you can come up with better ideas for a flying beast with wings, or a bear with 3 ribs, or one that looks like a leopard
Excellent. I think
that had 4 wings.
Did one of them look a bit like a bee?
I don't think so.
A bee east.
Very clever, or wordplay.
So you can finish yours, photograph it, send the photograph in, and we'll make sure we display them. That's brilliant. Thank you, Mary.
No problem.
Really great job. Have a really lovely day, everybody.
And you as well.
Bye.
Jesus is the King, ruler over everything. Jesus is the one, promised one, the Son of God. Jesus is the Lord, He's the one you can't ignore. Jesus, Jesus, He is the King. He is the King. He commanded the fishermen, hey, come follow me. And they did, and they did, and they did, because Jesus is the King, ruler over everything. Jesus is the one, promised one, the Son of God. Jesus is the Lord, He's the one you can't ignore. Jesus, Jesus, He is the King. He is the King. He commanded the evil ones, hey, come out of him. And they did, and they did, and they did, because Jesus is the King, ruler over everything. Jesus is the one, promised one, the Son of God. Jesus is the Lord, He's the one you can't ignore. Jesus, Jesus, He is the King. He is the King. He commanded the wind and waves, hey, be still, be still. And they did, and they did, and they did, because Jesus is the King, ruler over everything. Jesus is the one, promised one, the Son of God. Jesus is the Lord, He's the one you can't ignore. Jesus, Jesus, He is the King. He is the King. He promised that 3 days after death He'd rise again. And He did, and He did, and He did, because Jesus is the King, ruler over everything. Jesus is the one, promised one, the Son of God. Jesus is the Lord, He's the one you can't ignore. Jesus, Jesus, He is the King. He is the King. He is the King.